Ba. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Ugress TV episode 27. And we are live already. And the first thing I'm going to tell you is that this is live, but most of you watch this as a recording. And then, you can jump ahead. This is the warm-up segment. It's 30 minutes until the concert starts. So if you watch this as a recording and you just want to see the songs, you can jump ahead by the links beneath that I will provide for you after the stream has finished. For now, if you want to show up here on Zoom and participate, just like Last is already the first person on Zoom, you can connect with your webcam. I'm going to post a link to that. It should appear in the comments. And then you can participate with your video here. Of course, the audio will still come from YouTube. This is just a way for you to be integrated into the graphics of the performance. So I will check in and say hello to everybody who's already there. To Atla is already there, Bastian and Lars, and Stu is there. Oh, long time. Yeah, I'm good, Stu. How are you? Ah, cool to see you. And thanks everybody for your support on purchasing the album over the last week or so. And specifically, a bunch of you have waited until today because it's Bandcamp Friday. And I will tell you more about that later. But thanks a lot for all your support. David also, and Mr. Vida. Good evening, everybody. I was reading through the comments from last month's live stream, and there it was. For a long time, we have forgotten to post where we are watching from. So please post your location, because I had so much fun reading over it the next day and seeing, my God, it's people from all over the world watching. It's really fantastic. So if you feel comfortable with sharing your location or making up a location, please post your location when you arrive to the stream. I will repeat this later, so we will get like a flow of it, and you can post your location multiple times. Wales, I know, that's perfect. Belgrade, Serbia, the Gaborski, hello, good evening in Belgrade, Serbia. Erinso, hello. And their tool just appeared on Zoom also. So if you want to join, like these super cool guys up here, you will appear in this grid up here and also in some of the music videos later. Oslo, Norway, good evening. Stockholm, good evening. Scandinavia representing. So I prepared, as usual, some trivia while we wait and warm up for everybody to show up. I have, like, one thing you can see behind me now, you can no longer see my computer, my workstation setup. There's now a big black fabric behind me, as you can see here. It wasn't super difficult, it just took me forever to kind of install it. And I will show you some photos of what it looks like. So that's what it looks like. Right now I'm sitting that way, like I'm looking at the screen that you can't see on this photo because it's to the left of the setup there. But then I have this practical curtain that I can pull in front of the computer setup where I do the production, and then I turn around and I do the live stream setup here. And this is what I look at right now. This is the system, that my keyboard and the violin underneath of me. And that's the workstation behind me, and this is what I look like. So I look at a television where I see your comments and your Zoom, which is to the left of me here, but to the right on the screen. So that's it. That's what it looks like, and we can go back to that's the physical room. And then it looks like this. So now I'm looking at exactly this image, which is a bit disturbing, especially since it's a mirror that isn't mirrored, because, when you look at a mirror, it's mirrored. And usually when you look at a Zoom call, you are mirrored. But then I would not be able to read the YouTube comments because they would be mirrored. It might have been possible to kind of hack that through with like a special mirror effect only on that TV. But no, so that's how it is. I will then check in with all of the exotic location. Germany is also... Oh, that's an exotic location. So for tonight, we're gonna test out a bunch of. It's gonna be quite similar to the two previous live streams this autumn, or one of them was in the summer, June. August? Yeah, the previous one was the last day of August. So right now I'm testing out a lot of material for the new album, which has a date sometime 2024. And I'm testing out songs here before that's the reason for releasing this Fairy Tale Mess 1 week ago. It's a kind of a in-between release to buy me some time. I felt like it was necessary to release some Ugress material. But this is not the material from the upcoming album. I'm testing that in these live streams. Chris, hello. Good evening. Good to see you. And where was I talking about? Yeah, so tonight there's going to be like the usual mix of I think 3 or 4 new or half new sketches or prototypes. Some of them almost finished. And then there will be 3 or 4 classic hits and 1 outlier as usual. And I think for tonight it's the premiere. For the first time I will perform one of my Ninja 9000 tracks. From 2006 I started a side project that made Commodore 64 music, chip tune music at the time. I guess it's called that still. And actually in 2007 I did a few concerts with Ninja 9000 and that was so much fun. I wish I continued, but Ugress took most of my time, so it was a 2000 project. So tonight's gonna be a bunch of 2000 tracks. The Gborski, the computer for streaming, is feeling quite okay for the last two. Live streams. Nothing crashed, so let's cross all fingers. I do have some network problems that I think there's nothing I can do about it. It depends on how much Netflix 4K my neighbors are watching, I suppose, because now I'm living a bit rural in Norway, and I have discovered that sometimes in the evenings the net simply drops too much. It has happened twice during live streams, but then it just kind of stutters for a bit, so nothing crashes. Mona, good evening, and Maxim, good evening. Tesla Fun, yoo-hoo! It's good to see you guys.
She's traveling in time. She's traveling in
And I also noticed some people have to restart the live stream on your end to make it happen, to make it start. Well, if it hasn't started for you yet, you won't hear me telling you that you have to restart the YouTube to watch it, so it makes no sense for me to say it, but I'm still reporting it because I saw it in the comments. I hope you are stable and up and running now.
What do you believe?
You know me, I believe everything.
You changed the past.
Oh, I will repeat this later, but most of you already know it, that right now I'm able to, during the warm-up and hangout, I am able to see all of the comments mostly, and I respond to everything in real time. But once I start playing music in 20 minutes, I will see some of the comments, but I won't manage to see all of them as it scrolls too quickly. But I read through all of it the next day, and then I take notes what to answer, and I will answer some of the questions or comments right now. I will repeat this later in case the guys or girls who ask these questions show up later. But Pierre, and he wished for Burning Rainbows, and Bastian wished for The Door into the Room with a JPEG song requests. That was lovely to see. Do you remember at the beginning of these live streams for the first year or so, there was tons of requests, and what I could play, I did play. And for some reason that just stopped. I don't know why. Maybe I didn't play any requests, so you stopped requesting. But if there are songs you miss, or some songs that you feel we haven't played in a long while, please let me know, because it's really fun to see like the tracks you would like to hear. As usual, we often got requests for vocal songs, which I won't do it without the vocalists. So I save the vocal tracks with vocalists for live, or whenever that person can join, because I feel they own part of that song. The lyrics is usually written by the vocalist. So then I feel it's not cool to play the song without that person present. I notice some hiccups here and there. Let me check. What does YouTube say to me? It's on my end. It says my stream is healthy. So I'm sorry to see that some of you are having network problems, but it could be the usual problem with simply too many people are watching Netflix around me right now. Well, yes, there's very little I can do about it except have empathy for your problems. And for me, it looks very smooth, and the network says it's very smooth. So I will just continue to pretend everything is fine, which is my general mode of operation. Everything is falling apart inside and outside of me, but carry on, business as usual. So a bit more words on this is kind of a release party since this Fairy Tale Mass dropped a week ago, and I did one thing there. Bandcamp has a new feature. I will tell you later more about Bandcamp because it's Bandcamp Friday tonight, which means that you can buy my music from Bandcamp and they do not take their usual cut. All of the money that you buy today goes directly to me. So they have a new feature, and Bastian, you're there also. You're commenting here, there, and everywhere. This is awesome. So we tested this last Friday. I didn't announce it very well. I just wanted to see how it worked. And it was kind of underwhelming. Like before, you kind of set up a schedule. So you see here, the music will start in 2 minutes. And then we sat around, waited, kind of like, what's going to happen in 2 minutes? And then this happened. Like it just started playing. It played for 10 minutes and that was it. It was a bit underwhelming, especially for an EP of 10 minutes. But it was kind of fun to have a place to gather everybody for like that moment. So maybe it makes sense for albums. I will do this for an album of like 40 or 45 minutes because that makes sense. But to show up for just a song or these short songs here, that didn't feel like it was sensible. Netflix Mafia. True. I thought about like, you know, in Norway it's such a big thing with the Northern Lights. I should start a rumor that whenever I live stream that tonight is a big chance for Nordic Lights, the Aurora, because then all Norwegians will go like, oh, we have to go into the forest, and where's they will not watch Netflix, they will stay outside and stare at the sky. This is probably a good strategy for avoiding network congestion. So let's all of us start. Whenever I have a live stream, spread the rumor that tonight it's gonna be a lot of Aurora in Norway. Yeah, Bastian, I agree. The Bandcamp meetup was funny. We kind of like, I think we spoke more about the block here. This. You see the tiny cover artwork there. It was bouncing around inside of that dark gray box, like up and down. And we all started talking about, it seems like a video game. And do you remember Pong or Pang? The game where you kind of shoot a laser up and it splits ball in two. And we all wanted to play this to shoot the cover artwork. I don't think we spoke a word about the music. Alright, it's 15 minutes until start time. What was I gonna speak about tonight? Oh yes, so there was a question from 12M2R34CU6S, which is Marcus 1234556, just scramble. And he asked, is Shadow of the Beat still active? Am I still planning to release material with the Shadow of the Beat? That's a good question. I'm not actively planning that, but I thought about it when you asked, and then I figured that the way I work is that I compose a lot of music for projects, for myself, just sketches, whatever. And then at some point I figure, okay, I should release this. But as what? Should this be Ugress or Nebulous Pool or Shadow of the Beat? The last 5 or 10 years, most of the material has ended up as either Ugress or Nebulous Pool. Or if I feel it doesn't fit anywhere, I release it under my own name, which is often where the film scores and the video game soundtracks end up. So I think for Shadow of the Beat, I might now and then make something that could fit Shadow of the Beat, but then I probably nudge it in the Ugress direction. If I had a ton of time, I would make more Shadow of the Beat. I feel like I'm in a retro wave. I feel like everything, I would like to go back to the 90s and the 80s and the 70s and the 2000s. So I would love to make like early 2000s drum and bass, or like the stuff I grew up with, you know. That would be really cool, make MySpace music. Alright, that was actually, I think, Bastian. We solved. Oh, I forgot to answer you about the. I saw your email about. My brain is trying to connect now. It was a live stream of a silent movie, right? I saw your email. I just haven't had time to reply to it. But I will fix it. I understood it when you wrote it, that I will look for it. I probably have it somewhere. It just, the last few days before our live stream, my mind is completely focused on what's gonna happen here. But I will follow you up once I get to that email. And that was the questions from last month's live stream. Check in with your beautiful comments. Oh dear Lars, you had to restart the internet. My god, but Lars, that's maybe why we all have problems, because you rebooted the whole internet. And I don't know how long time that takes. Good evening, Thomas, good to see you. I think I see you on Zoom also. Yes, there you are. And Petra's dog is also on, I don't know if you can see it, but that's Petra's dog is currently on Zoom. Hello, Petra's dog. And Michael is also there, but it's working. From the train again. Are you taking the train back now? Another 36 hours. Oh my god. The Gabowski track name suggestion for Nebulous Pool. The Northern Lights for Neighborhood Mafia app before. That's a fantastic concept. Sony will soon start offering high bitrate movie streaming at 80 megabits for maximum quality. Oh yes, well, who knows? My only strategy for figuring out why it's happening at night is because I have never network problems during the day, but between 7 and 10 o'clock in the evening, I start to have network problems. Then I can notice that it goes down, and I just guess that that's when everybody goes home and put on a 4K Netflix or whatever thing. Yes, to Atle, I pay for a certain amount of speed or bandwidth, so they should just provide me what I have. But who knows all the infrastructure in these fjords. Hello, Stuart, Chimchiri. Oh yeah, Stuart, you already say hi. You were saying hi to Chimchiri. Good evening, Chimchiri. I thought I saw your snowdrop pillow up there. Excellent. Bastian, my name is Gisle in my dialect. I think in Eastern Norway they would say Gisle. And all over the world I'm so used to all kinds of crazy pronunciations of my name, so I react to pretty much. I'm like autocomplete of you pronounce it, I ChatGPT it in my ear directly into my brain. So I'm quite used to all kinds of pronunciations. Georgia, hello, so cool. Wow, that's I think the most Eastern we have had so far tonight. Sometimes there are people in Australia or Japan showing up like super early in the morning and hello, we just check in before I'm going to work. But it's really cool. I really enjoy so much doing these live streams. Both like it's a way to feel a bit connected to everybody, especially during the pandemic. But also now, I'm like, this is a perfect way to tour. I don't have to hassle with all the travel and stuff. But I will tell you something about that after I take a sip. Katjaso, Stockholm. Bing, bing, cling. Cheers. That's I will show you. Just as we talk about live streams, just a week ago, no, 2 weeks ago, I did a concert, a private event for university that had like a doctor promotion where all of the PhDs get their diplomas and stuff. And then there's a bunch of entertainment, a bunch of bands and stuff. And I was one of the artists performing there. This was great fun. This is from the warm-up and sound check. So I'm just showing you what it looks like on a real stage compared to... You see the size of things? That's what I prefer, like the big image. And then we go all the way back to... This is where I'm sitting right now. It's very sad. So I felt it was so much fun to be on a live stage again. And it's almost a year since I did a public performance at the Parkteatret in Oslo in November. I've decided to wait still because I feel I will focus on creating the album. Let's go back to the studio. I will focus on the album now, but in next summer I will start playing live again. I'm very much looking forward to that. I enjoy these live streams very much, but there's also something with being in a physical room and having physical sound waves hitting you and a response from the audience. Not on a button, but throwing tomatoes when I do something bad instead of me just endlessly. These pretzels are making me thirsty. Exactly. Got the guy. Okay, Mr. Vidar, nice of you to pop in. Under funeral march. Oh yes, that is a very that's a very interesting topic. MRC or Mr. C. Yes, Undead Funeral March is in use in approximately 20,000 videos, and it's rising quickly. There are hundreds of them posted, thousands of them posted every day now. It's short videos with animals doing stupid things or kids doing stupid things, or kind of some funny joke or whatever. A TikTok on net. 9gag, or it's also starting to show up on Instagram now. It's all over the place. It's really weird. So I get lots of comments from Chinese fans and or just like it's very surreal. It's a 13-year-old track that I just did like in a small art project, and now it's it has like many hundreds of millions of plays. It's insane. So I could probably do a tour of China and just play Undead Funeral March, and it would be a mega hit. Alright, there was some questions over there. Mexico! Whoa! Then I think we have the most westward. We have Mexico and Georgia. That spans the globe, I think. Stuart, the cover art for this fairy tale mask is actually made by generative machine learning algorithms. It generated the ladies eating cakes, and then I inserted the eyes, and I fixed up some of their dresses and stuff, like some what's it called, small adjustments afterwards, and kind of the geometry of it. But mostly it's generated from a prompt. Whoa, your dad had it as a ringtone. That's amazing. So cool. Per Molin, good evening. Luftslott as a ringtone. Did he really have... because in Norwegian, it's she says oppover, oppover, up, which means upwards and upwards and upwards and upwards. So did he have that as a ringtone? That's really amazing. Alright, it's 4 minutes until starting, so let's check. that nothing works. Should be a violin there. Alright, some of the things in front of me make sound. And we should be ready to go in 4 minutes. Elijah, hello, good evening. So after we start, you guys know I won't be able to catch up with all of your comments and greetings and locations, but I will read all of it tomorrow. And as I just did a few minutes earlier, if there are questions that pass me by tonight, I will answer them in the next live stream, which is currently scheduled for November 10th. I think I might have to push it back 1 week, but I will publicize the stream as soon as I'm pretty sure if it would be the 10th or the 17th of November. Elijah, we are also very happy that you could make it on time. Yes, Bastian, exactly. I will go on tour, just play Undead Funeral March and funny videos on the background, and I will just perform and funny videos for 1 hour or whatever, and the money keeps pouring in. But I will probably just do it once, and then I will like that. Okay, that's enough. I'm not gonna do that again. As you probably know, after seeing 27 episodes of this, I hate doing the same thing over and over. It's always something new. It's the same when touring. At the beginning of Ugress, we toured, I think, extensively at the early 2000s, and I got so sick of playing the same songs over and over and over again, which is why and I guess why most artists, or at least producer artists, tend to tilt towards studio production instead of touring, because I think you need a specific kind of gene or taste to want to play the same song over and over and over again. Thank you, Dgobowski. How do you pronounce your name? Gorbowski or Dgobowski? Alright, 1 minute. Let me prepare for launch. Yes, you heard right. Tonight you're gonna get some pan flute. Woohoo! George Samphire, look out! Just share it with the Zoom up there, and we are ready to go in a minute. Thomas, how is your train approaching? And which way are you going? Are you going northwards or southwards? Hello and welcome to Ugress TV episode 27. It's 8 o'clock and we are starting as usual. This is a live stream, so if you want to participate with your video camera, you can join up here with the Zoom. I'm going to post a link to Zoom right now. So you can hook in your webcam like these lovely people did already during our warm-up and hang-up. Please know, this is a live show, so if you can't connect to that while it's if you watch this as a recording later. Anyway, we will tonight I just did that, play music and play more sketches from the album, and we will also have a release party for this Fairy Tale Mass, which was released a week ago. But first, some practical information before I get going. I find it so much fun to read all of your comments, and during warm-up and hangout I can catch up with everything that scrolls by here on this comment screen. But once we start playing now, I won't catch all of your comments, but I will read them tomorrow. So don't worry, and also then I will answer some questions that were posted last time. I will answer them a bit later in a tiny break in the music. Also, please, if you feel comfortable, share your location. It's so much fun to see where all of you are. So far tonight, I think the biggest span we have, there's a person in Mexico and there's a person in Georgia. So we have kind of that side of the globe is pretty much covered, but that's probably also the timing-wise where we can expect people to be. All right, let's get going. The release party. Yoo-hoo! Release party. Okay, that party is over, but just to let you know, today is Bandcamp Friday. That means that they do not take a cut of any purchases made today. So if you want to buy that EP or any of my music, today is a good day to do it because all of the money goes to me. Let's start with music. And the first track tonight is The Great Coffee Escape from 2007 from my Nebula Spool side project, which I guess is from Exposory, right? So, oh, I saw a comment, Dikabowski, it's from your first Nebula Spool album. Thank you! That was the Great Coffee Escape from 2007. The next track is a brand new track, Black Snake Mine, which is a work in progress. I don't know if this is gonna be Ugress or Nebulous Pool, but let's just play it and figure it out. Thank you. That was Black Snake Mine, a work in progress there, which it's using the Nebulous Bull visuals right now, but let's see if it fits in with the album. But the next track, which we are moving on to, is the first track that I've kind of officially thought this is going on the album, but I'm not sure the visuals and the track is made for each other. But I am testing out now some of the earliest visuals for Retrotopia, which is the working title for next year's album. And it's also how I think about this. The concept of the album and my project is how did all of the different eras, particularly of science fiction, but probably all eras, how have we always envisioned the future? And you know, all kinds of eras try to envision what the future is going to be like, and we always make mistakes. It's never right. But instead of explaining it, I will just show it. But this is a work in progress. I'm testing out a bunch of things tonight. So here's another track in progress that doesn't have a title yet. It's just this is the 1960s space age track. Thank you. That's very much a work in progress. Specifically towards the end there, I'm kind of like just testing out stuff. I don't know about the pan flute, but I'm like, how can I make this like as kitschy as possible? And I'm like, George Samphire and James Last, and that's why you have these like the strings in the background are kind of very easy listening with pan flutes and stuff like, you know, the Bachelor space age future. But I feel like, so there are some elements in the music that fits, but the dubbiness of it, I'm not sure about it. But I'm working on it, and particularly for this, I felt like I needed a track to test out the visuals than I had a song to timing, a song to make visuals to. So let's check in with the comments. We are a bit into the stream now, and I will pay attention to the audience. I will just let you clap while I'll catch in. Yes, Chim Chim Cherry, he's using one of the umbrellas from the leftover from my, like, you know, I bought all of these on Park Data. We had 22 umbrellas on stage as the part of the stage design. And my brilliant idea was, I did not do it for capitalist reasons, but just like, I didn't want to lug them back home. I just needed them for the stage. So I tried to sell them afterwards as merchandise. And we sold one umbrella. So I should keep to art and not business. Yes, rainforest music. That's a good way of telling it. Yes. Okay, let's quickly move on to the next one. That is Myrkvi, which is yet again another work in progress, but this might not be Retrotopia. I don't know. Maybe this is Shadow of the Beat or Nebulous Pool. Let's just play it and find out. Thank you, my automatic applause button, for the claps and also for your beautiful emoji claps. And also there's a duck there from Mona. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot for the beautiful fog. Yes, you know what? That's actually, it's the local forest here. One day I was out, it's like, my God, the fog is amazing. So I just spent several hours just shooting fog and trees in my local forest. And then I put in some art, AI art in the background, and then myself on top of that. So I kind of, it's a bit difficult. That's one of the things I like about the new black screen here. Oh, I forgot to tell you at the very beginning. I have a new black screen behind me, so you no longer see my workstation setup behind me, and that means I can then insert myself like this. This is from the next track. I can insert myself, and you won't see lots of computers behind me. I will then kind of blend much better into the graphics. So that was Myrkvi. It kind of both all of these tracks I played now. So that was it with the works in progress. We are now moving on to Phantom of the Wuxia Codec. So from here on and out, it's just going to be hits, and we will have some fun finally. But what was I saying? Yes, recording in the fog. Something. My mind is, as usual, it's collapsed inside. Thank you for your wonderful comments. And let's play Phantom of the Wuxia Codec and then take a microscopic break. Let's play it with the graphics because that's much cooler. Thank you so much. That was Phantom of the Wuxia Codec from Ghost Storm in 2019. That was really fun to play. And in case you don't know what I'm doing here, I have a breath controller which controls like virtual pan flutes and stuff. I will turn off the microphone and show you, because it makes a lot of breath. So that's what I'm doing when I'm breathing into this, and I found this to be really, really good, because you know when you play a synthesizer, to make it more expressive, you only have to move your finger like this. It doesn't take a lot of physical exertion, but when I play with this one, I actually have to like use my whole chest to bring the sound more prominently into the mix, and that makes me a lot more nuanced, I think, in my playing. But at least it's a lot of fun for me, because I feel then more integrated with the music. Like I'm physically involved with the music, which is why it sucks sitting down. You know, I'm sitting down on my office chair. But that's my next step. What I'm gonna do here in the studio is to build, lift everything up, so have this live stream station at standing height. That just takes a few days of work, which I haven't had until now, but that's I hope to manage that before the next live stream, so then I can dance a bit. Alright, I'm talking too much, because I was supposed to talk about how you are supposed to support Ugress. This is an advertisement. Yes, I know, you can't skip it. At least not live. You can skip it if it's a recording. You can jump to the next song, because this is an ad for me. How are you supposed to support Ugress? The best thing you can do is actually just play it. Play it in Spotify, YouTube, or whatever is your platform. Just play it. It helps if you save it. If you like the songs, save them, because that indicates to the algorithm that you like it. And also if you spread it, but please just spread it to somebody you think will actually like to listen to it. I think that has the most value, when somebody tells you should check this out, and it's something that person would like. You could also follow my mailing list, and I'm gonna post a link to that. Because as we watch social media burn and to the ground around us, where should we keep connected? And that's the same place as always for my whole career of 269 years. You could follow me with my mailing list, which I send out maybe once a month or so, whenever something actually happens, like a live stream, a single release, or an album release. You can also support me on Patreon. Most of you know this, but every month somebody joins Patreon thanks to this message, and they are like, whoa, I had no idea you had a Patreon, which I do. And you can follow me there at 3 different tiers. You can choose how much you want to engage. But every month I post 1 or 2 music posts that is a new track or a sketch or old material or some video. There's an exclusive live stream like a DJ set or a concert. There's long form status reports, lots of behind the scenes videos, and more. Don't take my word for it. You can go here to ugress.com/Patreon. I'm going to post a link to that. Go there and see for yourself. There are a bunch of free posts, so you can get a feel for what it's like. You know, the worst that could happen is that you sign up for 1 month, then you can read everything, download everything, and then you just cancel your subscription after a month. That's it for advertisement. We are now back to our regular programming. Thank you for your patience with my ad. I'm gonna have some hydration. And check in with your comments before moving on to Commander Moira. Oh, cool. It's nice to see so many names. Amethystium, hello. How is the forest? Are you still alive? That's glad to see. Richard, you're here tonight also. June, Aina, Maxim. Oh, it's so cool. I'm so much. Mox Trooper, you're there also. This is so great, Brian. I tell you this at the very start of the set, but I will still repeat it now. I enjoy so much to read through all of the comments for each set the next day. And that reminds me, there are 3 questions I should answer from last time. I note then if somebody has a question I haven't been able to answer. So last time Pierre made a request for burning rainbows, and Bastian made a request for the door into the room with a JPEG. Pardon. This is lovely. Please post requests, and yes, noted. I put them. I push them up on my list whenever I get a request, because that tells me somebody else than me would like to hear this song. Then yes, location. If you haven't already posted your location, please post your location if you're comfortable with it, or just make up a location, because it's so much fun for me to see where are you all, and also I think it's fun for the other in the audience to see, like, oh my god, I'm at a concert with somebody in Georgia or Mexico or Stockholm, or I was just about to say a private location. It just caught myself before. Oh no, if I'd said that, the whole internet would have been anyway. And the final question was about social. Marcus 123456 asked if Shadow of the Beat is still active. I answered that extensively in the warm-up, so if you joined later and is curious about that, I think it's about halfway into the warm-up segment, so you can rewind and watch the full answer there. Whew. Thank you. That was the information. That was the news for tonight. Let's move on. Now we can have. Let's go back to having fun and having a party. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I told you already what's gonna happen after Commander Moira. But for now, it's Commander Moira. that was Commander Moira from my Ninja 9000 side project that I started in 2006 and which had 3 EPs around that time, like late 2000s. It's so much fun to play these live. I did do some live shows with Ninja 9000 back then, like chiptune, electronica, hard club music. It was so much fun, and I feel now like woo, I'm so much looking forward to play live again. I'm kind of, you know, this is my stage right now with control panels and stage and screens and stuff, and I really want to be on a live stage, which I will soon. Let's load the next track, which is Manhattan Sapphire. Which I was surprised. We haven't played that for ages. I have been doing it live every now and then, but it's been ages since I did it in a live stream. So I'm gonna finish the set for tonight. We're already at 41 minutes. So that's the last track of tonight. As usual, I will check in with your comments tomorrow and see you probably November 10th.